Welcome to Writers Write, where we make sense of APA, side-eye fake sources, and get your papers together one paragraph at a time. Hello, learners. I'm Dr. Shae, and welcome to Writers Write, the podcast where we unpack APA style and show you how to use ChatGPT in this class without ending up in the academic integrity hall of shame. In today's episode, we're tackling two skills that can make or break your academic credibility: how to paraphrase properly, because swapping out a few words doesn't cut it, and how to synthesize your sources so you're not just stacking quotes like a lazy Jenga tower. Whether you're still getting used to working with academic texts or trying to step up your research game, this episode will help you write with confidence and avoid plagiarism while you're at it. Let's get into it. In the written assignment this week, the instructions ask you to be sure to paraphrase your sources. Let's talk about paraphrasing, because some of y'all out here think that changing one word and adding a period counts as brand new. It doesn't. Paraphrasing means you understand what the author said, and you can say it again in your own words, like you're explaining it to your cousin who doesn't even like school. For example, if the original article says, "The best time to start training a dog is between 8 and 16 weeks old, because this is when puppies are most receptive to learning new behaviors," and you write, "The best time to start training a dog is between 8 and 16 weeks old, because this is when puppies are most open to learning new activities." Is it paraphrasing? Yes. Is it weak as day-old coffee at a gas station? Also, yes. Instead, try something like this. The ideal time to begin training a dog is between 8 and 16 weeks of age, as puppies are especially open to learning new behaviors during this stage. Do you see this difference? Paraphrasing is not just about avoiding plagiarism, it's about showing that you actually get what you read. If you can't explain it in your own words, then guess what? You probably don't understand it yet. A good writer does more than just swapping out words. Ask yourself, could I explain this to a friend without looking at the source? If yes, you're on the right track. If no, back it up and read it again. All right, so now that we've paraphrased like pros, let's talk about synthesizing, which is just a fancy word for comparing and contrasting. A lot of students make this mistake. They stack their sources like pancakes, one summary after another, and call it a paper. That's not synthesis. That's a summary. For this paper, you'll need to include both: a summary of your sources and a synthesis of your sources. Synthesis is when you take two or more sources and figure out how they relate. Do they agree? Do they contradict? Are they saying the same thing in different ways? Or is one totally ignoring something the other one talks about? For example, if source A says, "Small dogs are easier to train because they respond well to treats," and source B says, "Large dogs are more obedient once trained, but take longer to respond to commands." Your synthesis would sound like this. While small dogs may be easier to train at first due to their motivation for treats, large dogs tend to show stronger obedience once trained. This suggests that breed size may influence both the speed and long-term effectiveness of training. See how we brought the sources together like a therapist in a group session? Now let's talk about gaps, because sometimes what your sources don't say is just as important as what they do say. If every article you read talks about training large breeds like German Shepherds or tiny dogs like Chihuahuas, but nobody's mentioning those medium-sized, hyperactive goofballs like Border Collies or Cocker Spaniels, ding, ding, ding. That's a gap. That's your cue to bring something new to the table instead of echoing everyone else. Gaps are where your paper stops sounding like a repeat and starts sounding like research. Think of it like this. You're at a potluck. Everyone brought macaroni and cheese. You walk in with a hot peach cobbler. Boom, that's the gap. And you know who's great at spotting that? ChatGPT. This is one of the best ways to use the app as a helpful tool. Drop in your real sources and ask Chat to help synthesize the ideas and identify the gaps. Just be sure to do the research and find real sources, and don't let Chat make up fake sources. And that's a wrap on today's episode. So, let's recap. Paraphrasing shows your brain is working, not just your thesaurus, and synthesizing proves you're not just reporting what others said, but actually thinking about it. When you can put your sources into conversation with each other, you move from student to scholar real quick. And remember, Citing a source is great, but understanding it is even better. Until next time, write like your grade depends on it. Because, well, yeah, it kinda does. I'm Dr. Shae, and I'll see you next week.